Start with the aftermath of Monday's horrific shooting spree at the Naval Yard here in Washington. 12 people were gunned down. There will be 3 separate reviews of security following the shooting deaths. CCTV's Daniel Ryntjes is at the scene with more. Daniel?
The White House, the Department of Defense and the Navy are all carrying out separate security reviews, indicating the level of concern about how this 34-year-old IT contractor could have smuggled in at least one weapon into this key naval facility. As the highest-ranking military officials paid tribute to the 12 who died in America's latest mass shooting, it became clear that the focus of the FBI investigation now rested solely on the one deceased suspected gunman. But officials have denied earlier reports that 34-year-old Aaron Alexis was carrying an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle as he walked into the facility.
At this time, we believe that Mr. Alexis entered Building 197 at the Navy Yard with a shotgun. We do not have any information at this time that he had an AR-15 in his possession. We also believe Mr. Alexis may have gained access to a handgun once inside the facility and after he began shooting.
Questions are now being asked by political leaders about why a civilian contractor, previously investigated twice by police in gun-related incidents and reprimanded for misconduct while he was a U.S. Navy reservist, slipped through the background security checks.
It really is hard to believe that someone with a record as checkered as this man could conceivably get, clearance, could get credentials to be able to get on the base.
The White House has announced a review of security procedures for private contractors. The Defense Department is now reviewing physical security and access to U.S. military installations worldwide, and the Navy will review security at Naval and Marine Corps sites. Separately, a new report written prior to the shooting and released to Congress just after it appears to identify major vulnerabilities.
Shortly after this tragedy occurred, an Inspector General report was delivered to Congress that cited failure across the Navy security system for access to these type of facilities. It said that in the Inspector General report that the people who worked there were at risk and in fact cited 52 felons who had been able to get through the system inappropriately.
So as these new investigations begin, we've learned that all 12 victims of the attack were civilian employees. But given the speed and ferocity of these attacks, officials are praising the response, the speed and effectiveness of those first responders who, if they hadn't acted so well, many more could have died. Back to you.
Daniel Ryntjes live in Washington. Thank you. The man